Hey YouTube, Dom here. I'm just going to make a quick video about a supplement that is commonly referred to as powerful natural anabolic. It goes by the name of ARA, also arachidonic acid. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Do I think it's effective? Who I think should be using it, and also who I don't think should be using it. So again, arachidonic acid is considered a natural anabolic. So I'd clarify that by natural, when people say that, they mean it doesn't alter your hormones. It's not like something like a steroid where it affects testosterone or a growth hormone or something like that. I would argue that it's not necessarily that natural, to be taking in this supplement. It's not found in large quantities in the food you eat. But, having said that, it doesn't mean it can't work given the right environment. So I'd like to clarify first what I think is a beginner, intermediate, and advanced weightlifter. So I would basically say you have to be at least 3-4 years of consistent, solid training on effective programs before you'd be considered intermediate. Advanced lifters, I'd probably say 5-6 years or more, again, with consistent training. Another thing I'd say to define what your stage is would be how quickly you make progress. So I consider myself mostly advanced because it can take me months, 4 months, sometimes more, to add 5 pounds to one of my lifts. Again, I'm a natural lifter, and I've been training for almost 20 years now with intensity and consistency. If you're still making gains of 5-10 pounds on the bar every couple weeks, I would call you a beginner. So just keep that in mind when I'm talking about this supplement. So how does this work? So ARA is basically a 6-omega acid, unlike fish oil, which is omega-3. And it also creates an inflammatory response. So when you lift weights, when you train, you get something called delayed onset muscle soreness, right, DOMS? A lot of times you tear up these muscle fibers, and as you all know, you don't get bigger in the gym, you get bigger when you go home, you eat, you rest. And so the way that this supplement supposedly works is it increases your body's response to training. So in order for it to work, you need to have intense training in your program. And then this would kind of increase your body's response to that. You get more soreness than typical. That's what a lot of people report. Again, I've heard of people getting as much as 5-6 pounds of body weight, not necessarily muscle, but body weight over the course of 8, 9, 10 weeks, which sounds pretty impressive. But there's some other things to consider that go along with that. So first of all, it is an omega-6, not an omega-3, and people recommend you don't take it with fish oil. So that's one of the cons. I think fish oil is a wonderful supplement, not just in the health industry, like for bodybuilding and things, but there's actually psychologists who have done studies and recommend it because it can actually have a positive impact on your mental state, and it can prevent things like depression, which is pretty awesome. And it also can help with your joints, kind of like lube your joints, things like that. So I am a big fan of omega-3s. Another thing to consider is that people are saying, you gain 5 pounds. Well, you may gain a pound of muscle, maybe 2, but a lot of that's going to be water weight. Let's be honest. You don't gain 5-6 pounds unless you're taking something, comes in a needle. So as far as brands, there's several brands out there that make this product. The one that I hear a lot to be pretty effective and also affordable is made by a company called SNS. And their product is called X Gels. So if this is something that you'd like to consider and try, that's probably a good way to go. Look for X Gels. I believe you can get it on Amazon, also bodybuilding.com. As far as who I think this would be most beneficial for, I would say if you consider yourself to be an intermediate or an advanced lifter, this could have some benefits for you if you're more into a bodybuilding type routine where you're performing repetitions in, let's say, the 8 to 15 rep range or even higher. I personally don't use it, and I don't recommend it for people who are beginners or people who have a history of sore joints, ligaments, injuries, things like that. I also don't recommend it if your goal is simply to build strength and you know that you're going to be training in lower rep ranges, such as 6, 5, 4, 3, and lower. I don't recommend this supplement. My reason for that is, I haven't personally used it, but I know people who have, and they say that it can bring back older injuries if you have soreness in joints, like your shoulders, things like that. Even if you never experience soreness, it can cause, and I'm not talking about the good muscle soreness, which it can do, but I'm talking about soreness in your joints, which in my opinion could prevent you from training. You might have to pull back because an old injury is aggravated or something new flares up. And in my opinion, this is a game, if you're building muscle and you're interested in strength, that takes time. It's not about how much progress you make in a 5, 6, 8 week period. If you're really passionate about doing this and you really want to get to the top level, it takes years of consistent training. And this is something that may have an impact on your ability to do that. Having said that, I do see it could possibly be useful if you're solely interested in muscle mass, have no injuries, no history of problems with joints, ligaments, things like that, and you're training in the higher rep ranges, and also you're okay with not taking anti-inflammatories such as fish oil, then it might be something worth a shot. For me, that's not really my goal right now. I'm not training a lot in that 15 rep range or so. I have had some shoulder injuries that I talked about on another video. I also had a hip flexor issue, and so that's not something I want to put into my system. I just don't think it would be worth it for me. But for the people who do want to try it, you'll probably experience over 6, 8, 10 weeks an increase in strength, an increase in muscle soreness, and probably some extra body mass. How much you experience is going to depend on some things like the intensity of your training, the consistency of your training, and how good your diet is. But if those things are in check and you wanted to add this to your supplement routine, it may help you get a little bigger, a little stronger, but use it with caution because, again, it can cause some pain in your body, not the good kind. The other thing is, like I said before, and I think this is really important, if you're ultimately interested in getting to your best possible level of performance, you shouldn't be looking for quick fixes. You should be addressing things that are going to help you do this for a long time. And for me, my goal is to stay strong, not just now in my 30s, but I also want to be strong and training in my 60s, maybe even my 70s. And I don't see this as the type of supplement to help me do that. And I know I'm not alone in that thinking. I've worked with Doug Miller, who owns a supplement company, very intelligent man, and he doesn't sell this product. He doesn't believe this fits his product line. And I know a couple other supplement companies who won't sell this product, again, because of some of the side effects it can have. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just throw them down in the description below, or in the comments below. And if you liked it, go up there and subscribe. Alright, later.